and welcome to this episode of The Dig. I am Jamie and I'm your host, and today we're going to be talking about the muscles that you need to play volleyball. But before we get started, I wanted to tell you that our sponsor is My Little Athlete, which is a company I started 4 years ago when my daughter was 2 years old and needed some cute little volleyball apparel. Now it is a volleyball company that creates unique volleyball clothing and volleyball gifts. So if you need something for your volleyball season, go to mylittleathlete.biz. Now, volleyball muscles. We're going to talk about just about everything today. We'll start with your feet and ankles and move up. The ankles, I had a specific question on training, like strengthening your ankles. A lot of volleyball players wear ankle braces, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're immune to ankle sprains and stuff. Having strong muscles surrounding your ankles will help protect your ligaments. So one thing you can do if you feel like you have weak ankles, or even if you just want to be like hardcore training person, is do the ABCs with your ankles. So pretend to draw the ABCs and do it once, and if it's easy, maybe do it twice. Do it with each ankle. Go through the entire alphabet. Doesn't really matter if it's lowercase or uppercase. You know, you could even do them both. One through uppercase, one through lowercase. The next thing we'll talk about are your calves. You really need good, strong calves if you're going to jump high. So doing calf raises, or what I like to call penguin hops, where you jump, but basically your whole upper body is pretty rigid. You're not using your other muscles to jump. You're really just using your ankles and your calves to jump, and doing about 100 of those. So it's kind of like a jump rope kind of thing, but a little bit less with your with the rest of your body, just your ankles and your calves. If you can do calf raises pretty easily, then do them on a stair or something where your heel is actually going below the stair and then coming back up above the stair all the way till you're on your the balls of your feet, and then go back down. That'll make it a little bit harder. You can also mix it up and point your toes in, point your toes out. All sorts of different things. Oh, you could do them 1 foot at a time, which would make them a lot harder. So a few different things you can do to work on your calves. Your quads and your hamstrings. The quads are probably the one of the most naturally strong spots on a volleyball player, one of the most naturally strong muscles on a volleyball player, just because of the skills required for the sport. Your calves are gonna, or your quads are naturally going to get stronger. You want to make sure that you're working your hamstrings as well, that you're doing forward lunges and back lunges, side to side lunges. All that stuff will help with your quads and your hamstrings. If you're pretty confident you can do those, they're pretty easy, then you can start doing jumping lunges and stuff, jumping squats, all those things. I'm not going to go through like how to do all these things. Keep that in mind. There are so many places online you can find jump training information and workout information that with a simple Google search and just a few minutes of your time, you're going to be able to know how to train each and every one of these muscles. I'm really just talking about how they pertain to volleyball. One more thing about hamstrings. I find that in liberos or people who pass primarily, the hamstring is one of the muscles that gets defined and filled out the most during a volleyball season. You can really notice from the beginning of a season to the end of a season how much hamstrings get stronger and stronger as the season goes on. The glutes, your butt, it will help you jump. If you are a good jumper, likely you have a nice strong gluteus. You can do squats and lunges and things like that to help that along. And if you want to jump higher, jump more often. Not to an extreme. So like I shouldn't say that. You should jump if you want to jump higher. You should definitely incorporate jumping into your workout though. Your hips are important. I personally stink at working out my hips. I don't do them all that often. But I also have had 2 ACL surgeries, and I think that lack of hip and ankle strength is what led to 2 different tears of my ACLs. I would strongly suggest you look into hip flexor workouts and do them. And yeah, it will also help you jump. Moving upwards, abs and back, crunches, and things like Superman, and things like that. There's so many ab workouts you can do. Anything to strengthen your core, so your front and your back, will make you stronger and a better athlete. Just overall, everything you do revolves around your core. So the stronger it can be, the better. Your chest and your shoulders. Lots of push-ups will help that. It's really important that your shoulders are strong, because we take so many swings in volleyball that a lack of muscle in your shoulders can cause injury, just overuse injury. And it can happen anyway, but it will be a lot better for you if your shoulders are strong and they have some muscle to support the rotator cuff. As for, biceps and triceps, they push-ups, dips, all sorts of things you can do to work on those, but they aren't as crucial as the shoulders are for preventing injuries. So I went through all of the muscles there and a little bit about what they do. Again, you should check out some workout programs online. There's all sorts of things. Just look for a total body fitness workout. If you're not doing anything at all, that's going to be way the heck better. And then if you are already working out, you might find a gym or a personal trainer, or find something online that will help you really hone in on what you're doing. I think that is about it. Make sure that you are warming up before you do all of this, and make sure afterwards that you cool down. I guess we could talk about stretching just a little bit. Stretching kind of goes back and forth, or maybe not back and forth, but there's some changing arguments in stretching. For a long time, people said you had to stretch before you work out to prevent injury, and then it changed to you have to stretch after you're warm, but before you really get going hard. And now there's a lot of stuff that says that stretching should be done afterwards, and that it doesn't really help you minimize injury. My own feelings are being flexible it might not help you prevent an actual tear of your muscle, but being flexible will make you a better athlete. You're going to be able to move, and just being limber, you're going to be able to keep yourself out of more situations where you could get hurt by being flexible and limber. So if you can stretch, make sure your muscles get nice and warm, and then do a static stretch. That's good separate from the workout. You don't want to spend all of your time stretching so that your muscles are fatigued, because there is research that suggests that if you do a long stretch and you completely fatigue your muscles, then you are more likely to get injured. So stretching separate from everything else is awesome. And ice, if you are taking a lot of swings or you're doing a lot of jumping, you might ice your shoulders and your knees, even if they're not injured. Just helps to keep inflammation down and keep things operating smoothly. So that's it for today. You can find all of our episodes at mylittleathlete.biz/thedig. And I look forward to talking to you again soon.